Devonish here from transformationstm.com, and it is almost that time, and actually I'm going to have to start early because looking at my diary today, I'm like, oh yeah, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then I realise I'm actually not going to be around for either of those days. And with things like online programs, of course, there's a bit of setup that needs to be done to put you into the funnel and to get things moving. And so what we have is the early arrival of Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So it starts today. And I'm just going to give you a very quick run through of what you're going to be expecting. So there's an Eventbrite page for this. Ooh, what is the name? That's a very good question. I think it's Black Friday. This is the long-winded version. What I will do is I'll find, let me go into the back office because I was in there a minute ago, and I'll find the link for you. For those of you on my e-newsletter list, you've got the link for the Eventbrite page because I sent that to you all over the weekend. Let me just whiz down. So www.blackfridayoffers.eventbrite.com. And so that's kind of what you're looking for in terms of the page. It's not an exhaustive list. Actually, I'm going to put that link into the conversation thread. So it's not an exhaustive list that you can see on the screen in front of you right now. So let me just give you a little rundown in terms of what is on the list so far. And there will be, you might go to the page and go, oh, I wanted to do X, Y, Z, drop me an email, let me know. So we start with a soul plan reading. There's 20% off the soul plan readings. And so those are done by telephone or Skype. There's also 40% off if you wanted a 12-card angel tarot reading for the year ahead. So what you're going to be looking at, it says sales end. That's the date the sales come to an end. The price has already been adjusted for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then the current price is just in the headings, just so you can understand what you're looking at. There's a transformation program, which is 40% off. We've got the photo reading workshop. So you've got the live workshop, which is 30% off. There is not a date for the live workshop because what I'm going to do is the same as last year. For the people who have taken up the Black Friday deal, you are going to decide upon the dates. We're going to pick a date that everyone can do. And then from there, the dates will go out to the public. So that's the way that one is going to work. There's also 30% off the new 3-day video photo reading webinar training. So there's a link to that as well if you wanted to know more about that. But it's basically the full photo reading workshop. So you receive PDF and MP3 downloads of all of the course material. So you've got the photo reading, 150-page photo reading book. You've got the photo reading quick reference guide playbook included in that. You've got the MP3 download for the Paraliminal CD. You've got the MP3 for the Tips and Insights CD, and it does come with your lifetime refresher certificate, which means you can take the class again whenever you like, wherever you like, as many times as you like, forever. Any country in the world that has an instructor, you can take the class and free of charge. You never have to pay for the workshop again. You just cover the cost of being in the room. And that's the same with the in-person workshop and also the way I've set it up with regards to the video webinar training. I've also included 30% off if you wanted annual membership for my membership group, and also 20% off the lifetime membership. So with the lifetime membership, it's a one-off fee, and then you are a member for life. And so that includes all of the themes that we do: Motivation Monday, Tarot Tuesday, Wisdom Wednesday, Think Tank Thursday, which is a Facebook Live consultancy session, Focus Friday, Sharing Saturday, which includes for the lifetime members free attendance at the annual workshop that I run once a year for members, and Soul Food Sunday. And so that's all included, whether you do the annual or whether you want to just do the one-off fee and do a lifetime. What else have I put on there so far? The Practitioner Insider Secrets workshop, which is a one-day workshop that was done by a video webinar, so that's 25% off. Future Life Progression Session, 30% off if you want to do one of those. The Q4 coaching program, I'll have to, that's probably, yeah, okay, well the Q4 coaching program is in there, and that's one that I kind of ran last year. Actually has some really lovely feedback from one of the last year's attendees over the weekend. That was fantastic. So for those of you who are joining me for the Mind Body Spirit Energy Fest workshop, I will share with you his results. We've got the Limitless NeuroSuccess program. That's an e-coaching program. That's 30% off. We've got the incredible Magic and Gratitude program. That's an e-coaching program. That's 30% off. The Power of Four program, we'll talk about that one in a few minutes, but that's 30% off. And then what I've also included so far is the video webinar bundle, because I'm going to be doing a series of trainings next year. You know, starting next year, they'll cascade out beyond that. And so there's a 4-package deal and there's an 8-package deal. So those are on the page as well. So there's quite a lot on there already. Thank you for the hearts. I've been looking at the other screen, so I've just flipped back into Facebook. So there's quite a lot in there. Hi, Sari. There's quite a lot in there already. There's a heck of a lot in there already. And so if there's anything, as I said, if you've kind of been thinking, oh my God, for example, now I'm talking, I'm like, oh, there's no who now. Well, there is. Let me show you, just to give you a flavour of some of the things. So one of the things that's included is a Power of Four program, something that I created this year because I had a client who over a period of time had done all 4 of these sessions a couple of months apart. But when I spoke to her, the results were just astounding. And I was like, man, that's powerful stuff. And as I'm saying that's powerful stuff, my brain is like, well, Power of Four. So with the Power of Four program, for example, you do it. We start with a soul plan reading because that's like a blueprint for your life in terms of where you've been, where you are now, and potentially what's coming up. And that looks like at your worldly goals and challenges and skills and talents, and also your spiritual skills and talents and challenges, and your soul destiny. So I remember the first time I read my soul plan report, I still get goosebumps when I think about it. It was like seeing the blueprint of my entire life laid out on 5 sheets of paper. It was like, whoa. And people always have that experience when they've had a full reading. The report in and of itself is interesting, so you'll get a copy of that via email. And to really go into the soul plan report is incredible. And I looked at mine a couple of months ago when I was putting the Power of Four program together, and there are things that are still unfolding. And I posted that on Facebook, and Kate, some of you know Kate from Angeli Jewelry, she responded and said, the soul plan reading you did for me, I think it was 5-6 months ago at that point, she said, I still read it now and I'm still getting value from it. And so I know it's one of those things that just as a standalone continues to grow and evolve, because your life is growing and evolving. So we start with the soul plan reading for the Power of Four. We are then going to do in terms of what's also included, we're going to do some Huna and Access Consciousness energy clearing for in terms of, you know, what comes up in the soul plan. We're also going to do a angel tarot card reading, because that's just really fascinating. We tend to do that right at the end. And what I've done so far is done a reading for past, present, future. Just to kind of say, okay, according to the cards, what have we been working on? It is always, always uncannily accurate in terms of everything we've done during the program and what we're talking about and where we are in the present and insights for the future. So we do that. And we also, with that one, do a future life progression session where you're going out into the future and you have a choice of which future you go out to. Some of you might have seen the blog that I did a couple of months ago where I actually started just to kind of document a few of the client experiences. So for example, one of my clients, she was doing my transformation program and did a future life progression session, and she described a house that she saw herself living in the future, white stone house on a hill with 2 entrances, one through which the public could enter. Very specific language, and I know this because I was making notes while we were doing the session, and she was we recorded it on her teleseminar line. A few months later, the following year, she says, Marilyn, I found the house that I'm going to buy. It's a white stone house on a hill. It has 2 entrances, one through which the public can enter. And the reason that was important to her was because she also works from home and she's got family, she's got kids and married. And she didn't want people coming to the home. She wanted to hold groups at home as well. She didn't want them to go to the family home. But the way her house is, that's the house she lives in now, and this was a couple of years ago, the way the house is situated, there's an entrance that you can get to independently, and it takes you straight into the meeting room space. So that's pretty cool. Also, I actually did the blog about this one as well with a client who again was doing the transformation program when I first offered it about 4 or 5 years ago. Haven't really run it since then, haven't at the time, but it is up for Black Friday and there are 4 places. And we did a future life progression session. She goes out into the future. She first of all complained that she wasn't and isn't particularly visual, so didn't think it would work. And me, being my usual compassionate self, just said, close your eyes and shut your mouth and let's just do this thing. I said it a little bit more nicely than that, but you get my drift. And so we do the session. She immediately says, I can see a man. She says his name is Paul, and he says wearing a black suit. And then she says, oh, she's got her eyes closed, and she says, actually, well, I think she's on the phone. And she says, actually, no, he's not wearing a black suit. It's a deep blue suit. And at that point, I'm trying to stop myself from laughing, because I'm like, this is the woman who's just spent 10 minutes trying to tell me she's not visual. So we carry on. And then she says, okay, he's got a pink handkerchief, matching tie, and wearing really shiny black suit shoes, and his name is Paul, and she says his job title, very specific. So we do the session. That's the end of that. A couple of weeks later, it's really late, I just happened to hear my phone buzz. So I look at it, and there's an email saying, can you check your notes? And then there's like a 20 exclamation marks. I'm like, what's going on? So I get out of bed, I go down, I get my notebook, and I check the session notes, by which time she says, I've just been to this networking event. A guy made a beeline for me, and as it was like the parting of the waves at the event, she says the first thing I saw was his shiny shoes, and I recognized them immediately. She then says she works her way up, she sees the deep blue suit, which almost looks black. She then sees that he's wearing got a pink handkerchief, the same tie, same color shirt. He introduces himself. It's the same name as the guy in the future life progression session. And she wanted to connect with someone who works with high net worth individuals. So she says, am I imagining this, or this is what happened in there? So I then take a photograph of the notes because as clients are talking, particularly something like future life progression, because they're sort of not, how can I say? I was going to say they're out of it. They're not out. They're talking. That's how I can make notes. But they're not. It's not you're not trying to hold everything. That's why I say to clients, just say everything that comes to mind, because oftentimes after the session, people sometimes don't remember what they've said. It's not until it happens and they get a deja vu, or they just happen to be talking to me, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? And then they'll say something. I go, hold on a minute, and I'll go back and check my notes. Sure enough, there it is in black and white. So she wanted to check and see about the notes. She then gets home. He gives her a business card. She gets home. It's got his name, very simplistic site, very clean and just uncluttered. And it says, my name is da-da-da. I work with high net worth individuals. At which point we're both just like, whoa. So it's really cool stuff with that one. And I've included the standalone future life progression session in the Black Friday Cyber Monday deal if you didn't want to do it as part of the program. But one of the reasons I include it, it's just a really powerful way to get into it. And also what you'll find when you go to the Eventbrite page is that I've just put little snippets, just a couple of little testimonials on there, just so you get a flavor. But if you've got any questions or queries, by all means, feel free to ask. What we've also got is, this is a little snippet from the PhotoReading video webinar. And what was really cool about this when I ran it a couple of weeks ago, I knew it would work. I knew it would be amazing, but you still want to do it just to make sure. And I was like, 22.5 hours is actually a long time to be sitting at your desk on a webinar training. If any of you have even done a 1 or 2 hour webinar, you'll know. We did 22.5 hours. We did 4.5 hours on the Friday. I ran it just like I do my full workshops. And we did 9:30 to 2 p.m. on Saturday, and then 3 p.m. till 7:30 p.m. on the Saturday, so a full day with an hour for lunch. And then we did the same again on the Sunday. At the end of the Friday, which I would expect, people are like, oh my God, this is amazing, they're buzzing. At the end of the Saturday, people are like, oh my God, this is amazing, they're buzzing. By the end of the Sunday, people were still focused, they were still energized, they were still buzzing. And I had somebody who could only do the Friday live, and then she was getting on a plane to fly out to America to chess a big event. So she listened to the Friday live, took what we had taught, what I taught, implemented it at the event on the Saturday/Sunday when she arrived in America, I'm just like, man, this is just crazy. And I know there were people on that training who sat with me from the Friday to the Sunday, and they went out into their world and they implemented those skills on Monday morning. And so for those of you who don't necessarily want to wait for the live workshop, or actually you might want to do both, because you might want to do the video webinar. That is going to give you your lifetime certificate, and then from there you use your certificate to attend the live workshop free of charge. You just cover the cost of being in the room. At the moment, with the hotel that I use and the venue that I use, it's £200 per person to refresh the class. So you might want to do it that way round as well. So that is kind of, you know, really amazing. So that's included in the deal as well. Anything else I wanted to show you before we go? Okay, yeah, also some of the e-coaching programs. So these are designed as 28-day programs. So some of the e-coaching programs are included as well. So we've got things like the Magic and Gratitude program, the Limitless NeuroSuccess e-coaching program. I haven't put the Money Breakthrough program on there, but that's one of the ones I'll kind of get around to doing a bit later. What else will I put on there? Might put Intuition Supercharger. Haven't put that on there yet, but that could be on there as well. So the e-coaching programs are kind of up for grabs also. Oh yes, with regards to, some of you have heard me talk about things like Tarot Tuesday. Tarot Tuesday, if you wanted to just book an Angel Tarot card reading, that is included in the Cyber Monday and Black Friday deal. If you wanted to do the free readings that I do every single month, I've been doing them since October 2016. So every month, Tarot Tuesday. I do it via Facebook Live, so very much this scenario. So, you know, I have the tarot cards here, and I've got a stash of tarot cards on the shelf behind me, so people can choose either a deck if they have a particular question, or go for dealer's choice. And so that happens every single month via Facebook Live in the membership group. So you can either, for this deal, book an individual reading, or you can get a free reading every single month if you wanted to join us for the membership group. So I'm not doing a deal. I suppose I could I, would I? No, I'm not doing a deal on the month, because you could, with the membership group, you can either pay monthly and you can come and go as you please. So if you kind of want to just do a couple of months and get some support and some clarity and some focus, you can do that. But the deal is for the annual membership, and the 12 months starts from the day you join, and that will just run for a full 12 months from there. So you always get to experience everything. Same with the monthly program. Whenever you join, that's when your month will start. So you always get to experience all of the themes. And then for the lifetime membership, that's included as well. So if you have any questions, if you have any queries about anything that's on the deal page, or anything that's not on the deal page that you know that I do. So for example, I know as I'm talking, the Huna and Access Consciousness standalone session is not on the deal page as yet, but I'll either add that today or tomorrow. But if there are any questions, any queries, drop me an email. It's Marilyn, MARILYN, at transformationstm.com. Trance is TRANCE, FORMATIONS, TM as in trademark. So Marilyn, at transformationstm.com. My main website is transformationstm.com. The website for the Black Friday offers, for those of you who've come in a bit later, is www.blackfridayoffers.eventbrite.com. Also, if you're on my e-newsletter list, the better deal on the photo reading webinar is expiring tonight. So you need to enter the promo code, but this is the Eventbrite page you need to go to, Events Frame, not Eventbrite. So if you are on my e-newsletter list, there is a better deal for the pre-launch offers, and you need to enter the promo code before you go to the checkout. So that gives you, it was 40% off if you booked earlier, 35% off, and that expires tonight. So yes, that's it really. So that's what we have in terms of what's happening with Black Friday, all of the deals, all of the offers, all of the programs. And with regards to these, ideally, I mean, like I did a session today, coaching session. She booked those coaching sessions in December 2017. And one of the first things she said when we started the session, the Skype session today, she said, "Oh, thank you so much for your generosity." She says, "I know many people would go, sorry, that's expired." I'm suggesting that you might want to do your sessions by June 2019. However, if you book something and you go, I want to book it at this price, however, I know I can't make it, just let me know, ideally in advance. But so the kind of the rough window is to have done your sessions by the end of June 2019. However, if you kind of need to push things and change things, just let me know. So that's that. And of course, with the live photo reading workshop, the date for that will be decided by the people who take up the Black Friday offer. So if you have any questions, any queries, you can post them in the conversation thread on this video. If you're watching this on Facebook, you can drop me an email, and the link is on my page. It should be on the top of my Facebook page at the moment, if you just wanted to kind of go straight there, and I'll share it as a reminder over the next few days. If you're booking between now and Thursday, and you're booking something like an eCoaching program, because I have to set the sequence off for that, and that takes about 24 hours. I'll be doing the setup now. But if you're booking on Black Friday or over the weekend or on Cyber Monday, I'll look at those things when I'm back on Wednesday next week. So if you're booking in the next couple of days, we'll get that all sorted out. And if you are feeling particularly organized, if you're booking a reading or a session, we can put that in the diary. But if not, then I'll when I get back next Wednesday, because I won't be around when Cyber Monday and Black Friday is going down, I will get back to you on Wednesday to put dates in the diary, set up the eCoaching programs, etc. So thank you so much for watching. And if you know anyone who may be interested in any of these trainings, courses, eCoaching programs, sessions, etc., feel free to share the link. Feel free to share this video. If you're a previous client and you've kind of benefited from some of these sessions, again, feel free to share. You might even want to say a few words when you do your share about the impact it's had for you. That would be amazing. And of course, feel free to click like. That always helps too. So yeah, cool. Well, wishing you all a fabulous day and week and rest of the month, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye bye.